Alright guys, we are back again for the second iteration of the world's best EDC. I've changed just a couple things, not too much. Biggest change is the med gear, so we're going to cover that a little bit. So we're going to get right into it again. Like we did last time here, we're going to start with the guns, because guns are really cool. So if you haven't watched the last video, I recommend that you do so. Obviously, a little bit of this will make more sense to you. Yeah, so two guns are my primary carry. Glock 19 and the Glock 26, obviously. Let me get these cleared here. Okay, so now that the guns are cleared, we're going to talk about them a little bit. The Glock 26 is an excellent gun. This one is slightly modified. It's got a trigger guard undercut, which is basically primary for me. I really like trigger guard undercut. You'll notice the Talon grips. This gun is not stippled like I typically prefer, because this is a deep concealment gun for me. If it needs to go in somewhere really tight spaces or inside a shirt or something like that, I like to have the Talon grips. They're a little bit smoother, don't get caught on stuff. Sights on this gun are the Trijicon HDs. I haven't switched to the fancy smaller front dot yet because I don't need it. This works fine. I like this gun a lot. Internals are stock, trigger stock, 5.5 pounds. Works good. This is a Gen 3, by the way. Just realized this thing has a little butt plug in it. I didn't know it had that. Probably don't need that at all, actually. I don't know why it's in there. Yeah, so that's Glock 26. The primary gun, anytime I can, I prefer to carry this for obvious reasons. It's got more ammunition. It's easier to shoot. It's got a larger frame. So this gun, in the last video, had a Gen 3 frame that I had modified to fit. Now this is a Gen 4 frame. I picked up a Gen 4 frame to match this Gen 4 upper, just because it's a little bit, peace of mind. Whatever, it matches, it works. Stipple work's done by me. The borders are kind of a pain in the ass. You can tell mine are kind of ugly. But it ended up looking good enough. I mean, it's not a show gun. It's a carry gun. But yeah, it's cool if it looks good. Trigger guard undercut on there, obviously, as well. You'll also notice this gun has the finger grooves still, because they fit my hands and I like them a lot. Upper half has the Trijicon RMR RM06, I think. This is the RM06. This is the 3.25 MOA dot. I've used both. Pick whichever one you want. It doesn't make that big of a difference. Doesn't matter. Sights are Ameriglo suppressor height, all black. They work pretty well. I like to run my front sight or my rear sight in front of my RMR. If you want to talk about that, we can. Aaron Cowan's got an excellent video on it at Sage Dynamics. The other thing I've added to my carry gun, it's probably really hard to see, but I got a little lens protector on there. You can see the tab there kind of from Sage Instruments and Theorem, called the C-Lens. This thing's awesome. You'll notice all this gunk build up from me shooting my gun. You put this on there, when your light gets super dirty, you just peel it off and you put a new one on. Freaking incredible. Excellent deal on that. I got a silencer coat barrel coming for this gun because I should have a hybrid out of jail anytime now. It's been like 12 months, so I'll be able to suppress it, and threaded barrels are neat. Probably haven't decided if I'm going to comp it yet or not and run the full-on Roland Special, but yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. It seems to work really good right now, and I don't want to jack up the reliability at all. Streamlight TLR HL has been excellent. Performed flawlessly. Always works. Stupid bright. Great light. Surefires are really good. They're just now starting to step up their game in the Lumen category, it seems like. So, holster. So this is the same holster I've been carrying. I don't even know how long. I think it's been almost 2 years maybe. This is a Stealth Gear Ventcore. Well, actually, wait. No, this is a new-ish one because I added the light. So, I don't know. This was probably a year old, maybe. It doesn't matter. It's been excellent. Seriously excellent. Holds up incredibly well. Super comfortable. Clips have been great. I had one screw back out enough the other day to come out like of this deal. I just put it back in. It was good to go. Keep in mind that's everyday use, everyday wear for like a long time. Strongly recommend Stealth Gear holsters. They have to be the best hybrid style holster on the market for sure. Now, I know a lot of you guys like full Kydex holsters, and that's great. Those are good holsters. But since I'm fat, I prefer these because it's comfortable on me. It's very helpful. Magazines, I'm still running PMags and my Glocks. I've shot a ton of rounds through these mags, and they've been awesome. I will report that the 21 round mag, my backup mag here, I have had some issues with the 21 round mags locking this gun back with 115 grain Full Metal Jacket. I don't know how big of a deal that is. This is my carry, backup mag. If I run out of that ammo, I'm in big trouble. So, it's not the end of the world if it doesn't lock back. But it's just something to note. I have had issues with the 21 round mags not locking back with 115 grain. Haven't tested it with anything else. I did switch up carry ammo. I think I might have mentioned it in the last video. I was probably thinking about it. Carry ammo is now 147 grain Speer Gold Dot. Aaron Cowan told me to use it, and I do whatever he says. So I think this ammo is going to work just fine for me. I never had to shoot anybody with the last ammo I had, thank God. So, it is what it is, but why not be as prepared as possible? I will say that the 147 grain Speer recoil is a lot smoother and nicer than the 115 grain Barnes stuff I was carrying. So I seem to get my dot back on target faster when shooting. So, something to take down. We talked about the upper on this gun in my last video. Jeff over at Rivers Bend Gun Company did the work, did the front serrations, and did the mill for the RMR and the Cerakote. So that's who did it. Really great work, really affordable price. Super cool guy. So look them up, Rivers Bend Gun Company, if you need some work done. All right, that's it for the guns. Of course, if you guys have questions or anything like that, throw them in the comments or whatever. What's next? Talk about the knife. So last video I had a couple knives. What did I have? I had the ZT450. I had the Chris Reeves Sabinza. Stupid awesome knives. Really, really cool. But despite what it looks like, I'm not rich. I have to manage my money wisely, and I can't really afford to have, 3 or 4 or 5, $400 knives. But I kept this one. I really, really like this knife. This is the Benchmade 4600 Phaeton. Yeah, if you look at the blade, I've got it nice and screwed up. Tried to grind it, and I'm terrible at it. This is a first production. Cringe. But I've been carrying this knife every day. The action is freaking incredible. It's been ultra reliable. Always comes out, always goes in. Stays sharp. Freaking awesome. If you're looking for an out the front knife, I don't know that there's better knives than this one. The Microtechs are super sick. They're cool knives, but this knife just has a feel and finesse to it that the Microtechs don't have, in my opinion, of course. So check it out. That's the Benchmade 4600 Phaeton. I think retail on this one is $370-ish, somewhere around there, because it's got the black DLC coated blade. Excellent. Benchmade knives are all excellent. If you're going to look for a good carry knife, Benchmade, Zero Tolerance, Chris Reeves. There's a billion out there, but those are some of the ones that I've used and work well for me, so check those out. Flashlight is still the same, and it's not for lack of trying to replace it, I promise. I love flashlights, and I'm always looking for something cooler, better, or brighter, or easier to use, or whatever, and there just isn't, guys. I mean, the Streamlight HLX is 1,000 lumen light, which is awesome, but the freaking bezel is like 1.5 inches. I already got a bunch of crap in my pants, I know, but I like that this is a 1-inch tube all the way down light, and this is almost 200 lumens brighter than the Streamlight HLX. I think this light is killer. If you want super detailed specs and want me to talk about this light, I do so in my other EDC video. This is an Eagle Tac DX30. What's that? SR, because it's got the side LED and it's rechargeable, I think. There's a bunch of different models of these. They're like 80 bucks, 1160 lumens, 18650 or CR123, rechargeable, all the modes you want, but it's got a rear switch, and you'll notice it's on high, and that's how I picked it up, because it's always on high. If I want to change it, I can, but it's always on high. So watch the other video if you have questions about the light or whatever. Somebody in the comments of the last video told me to upgrade the Leatherman to, I don't remember what they said, probably to a Skeletool or something. And Skeletools are sweet, but I picked this up, hell, I don't know, about a year ago, like on a whim. I was like, dude, I need to carry a multi-tool. And this thing was super cheap, so I grabbed it, and it's been awesome. I haven't needed to upgrade or anything. This is the Leatherman Rev. And it's been awesome. I have a sidekick that I keep in my EDC bag as well. It's great. Yeah, it might be a little heavier than the Skeletool. Might not be as fancy or cool, but it's been working great. So I'm not gonna replace it. It's like 35 bucks or something. Leatherman Rev. Check it out. Keys. I might have forgot to do the keys in the last video. I don't know, but key bar. Key bar changed my life. This was a gift from a friend, and it's been the best thing I've ever had. Carbon fiber on one side, titanium on the other. Holds the keys I need. It'll get bigger, it'll get smaller, but this thing has been great. Love it. Accurate key fob, key to a vault full of money somewhere, undisclosed location, and Night Eyes carabiner. This little thing is kind of neat. What I've been liking about it's got a lock. If you push the little deal down right there, it locks it in, so you can't bring it off your belt. Yeah, it's not, you know, super durable or anything, but it's been good. I've been running this for a while. Nice and easy to clip, so that's been preferred. I am looking for a new like keychain, like key loop. I don't know what the hell this damn thing's called, but this actual loop piece. See how this one's kind of stretching, and sometimes my key bar wants to work its way off. But if you guys know any super sweet ones of those or any other key, I'm always up for new keychain ideas. This one seems to work for me. It's the least complicated that I can come up with. What else? Apple Watch. Again, if you want more details on that, watch my other video. Apple Watch is freaking awesome. I love it. My only scare about this watch is its durability. I think about a you know, shit hit the fan without rule of law or something where I'm running around and, you know, I break my damn watch or the batteries go dead, obviously, or something like that. This probably isn't the best watch to have. I was thinking about getting a backup, you know, timepiece to throw into my bag or something. If you guys got opinions on that, I'd love to hear it. But I love my Apple Watch. It keeps me in the loop on everything. I never miss an appointment or anything like that. So big fan of the Apple Watch. This is an Odom band, still rocking the same band, I think, from the last video. Kind of see it there, OITTM. Amazon, 35 bucks. Freaking awesome. Yeah, there's like a Gen 3 and watch out right now or something. That's the Gen 1, and it's been killer. Again, my little cleaning rag, I wear glasses. They're always filthy, it seems like, and I love keeping them clean. Also cleaning screens and stuff like that. This thing has changed my EDC greatly, and I know it's really funny because it's like the cheapest thing I could ever have. But keeps my screen clean, keeps my glasses clean, and I love it. Burt's Bees, of course. Gotta have the chapstick. Same chapstick I've been using forever. It works really, really good. I like chapstick. And there's also backup chapstick that I keep in my bag, a backup set of Burt's Bees. Wallet. Still using the Magpul Daka. I did not upgrade to the new Magpul wallet, even though I really want to, but I don't. I'm trying really hard to go with the if it isn't broke, don't fix it type deal, because I'm trying not to waste money on shit I don't need. But this wallet's been awesome. Strongly recommend the Magpul Daka wallet. It keeps everything good to go. I've never had a problem with anything falling out or losing it or anything like that. Boom. So the new piece, everybody I know has been making fun of me for this. So I started carrying pepper spray. I I think it's a really good option. Now, I mean, I'm still new to this, so if you guys have feedback on pepper spray, good, bad, ugly, whatever, let me know. But the reason I got this is I started riding a bicycle, and there's a dude up the street who won't put his fucking dog on a leash, and the dog wants to eat me, quite literally. So obviously, I don't want to shoot the guy's dog. I don't want to have to hurt the guy's dog. But I'm telling you, like when I rode by it, I could barely pedal fast enough to keep this thing away from me. It chased me like 500 yards, and it's done it like 3 times. So I got this. And if if the dog gets close to me again, I can pepper spray it. I've totally pussed out, and I've kind of just been riding different routes. But after getting this, I've kind of realized that it does have a place. I mean, yeah, we carry guns. Lots of us carry guns. Guns are great. They can really save you, in the time that you have to administer lethal force. But that sucks. Like, you don't want to have to administer lethal force. That's a bad day. I mean, it's not as bad of a day if you're the bad guy, and you're dead. If you're the bad guy, it's easier that way. But if you're the good guy and you got to kill a bad guy, you got to live with that your whole life. And there's a lot to it. There's paperwork. You're gonna go to jail. You're gonna you're gonna be in the courtroom. Like, there's stuff that's gonna go on depending on the situation. And I'd much rather avoid that if at all possible. And this is, I think, a step to avoiding that. If I can pepper spray a dude and in the situation or whatever it may be, that's awesome. I don't have to draw my gun. I don't have to, put down lethal force on a dude, and that's preferred. So, I don't know. This has been good. This one's kind of big. It's kind of ugly in my back pocket, but I got it, and it's option 1. And I also thought about it, in the event something goes down and I can't get away, I got no other choice, and I have some sort of time, obviously, I can pull this out and I can spray a dude with pepper spray. And if that doesn't end the conflict or the situation or whatever, then I can administer lethal force if justified. And in the courtroom, that could come up. And having this and have used this, it basically says, look, I tried everything I could. I tried to flee, I tried to escape, I tried to de-escalate, I tried non-lethal, and none of that worked, and I was forced to use this. And maybe that changes something. But for me, in my mind, and I'm not a lawyer, I haven't been in a lethal force situation, thankfully. If you guys have feedback on this, let me know. But every situation's different. Anything can change at any time, and you gotta have all the tools you can in order to do something with it. I got some paracord on here. Somebody's gonna make fun of me for this, I promise. So I got some paracord on here so I can tighten this up on my wrist while I ride my bicycle. So maybe I thought I had this. Oh yeah, okay. So I tied it up with a little slip knot so I can hang this on my wrist while I ride my bike, and if I need to, I can grab it and spray it and grab it the right way, whatever. But yeah, so that's kind of what I have it for. It's on a little piece of paracord, so I can do that. All right, biggest change to the EDC. We talked about medical gear just a little bit last time. I had a SWAT tee and a clotting sponge, and the more research I did, the more I thought about it, the more people I talked to, they were like, dude, it's not enough. Like, yeah, it's great that you have something, but it's just not enough. I still see this, and you would think that as a community we'd be better at medical gear and training at this point. But it doesn't seem, it seems like we are a little bit, I guess, but I still am constantly seeing people or talking to people who have this like wicked cool EDC and $3,000 Zev Glock and don't have any medical on them. And it's a choice, that's fine. I'm not talking down on that person, but if you in any way possible can carry some medical gear, which costs a fraction of what your $3,000 Zev gun does, and obviously you're way more likely to use this than you are your gun. you know, people get hurt every day. People get in car wrecks. People fall off their bicycles. Hopefully I don't. You know, whatever it is. But people get injured, you know, in life-threatening ways and non-life-threatening ways. But it's way more common that I'll need to use this to help someone, save someone's life than I will be, you know, to have to shoot somebody with this. So I feel like medical is good to have. I mean, I'll be quiet. There's a ton of videos out there on medical gear, but I'll talk you through the rig. So this is a TacMed Solutions ankle wrap. It was like $20. It didn't come with anything in it, but it was like $20. When I first got it, I was like, this seems kind of cheap, you know, and it was, but it works. It works really well for me. So first thing, I got a cat tourniquet in here. On this side, I don't need to tell you guys how important tourniquets are. The number one cause of death is not being able to stop blood loss. So tourniquets stop blood loss. You do the math. Have a tourniquet. Originally, this ankle rig didn't come with this awesome Velcro strap that you see here. And everything that I tried to put in here would just fall out all the time. And that's not good, especially when you got a $40 package of Celox in there. So I had the little seamstress lady down the street hook it up with a little Velcro, and I haven't had an issue since. So adapt, you know, build whatever you need to make it work. So on the inside, one of the things I like the most, I tried to shove some shears in this ankle kit. It didn't work great, but I got these sweet Raptor shears, and these things are killer, guys. These are made by Leatherman. Extremely heavy duty, awesome features. You got your seatbelt cutter on here that locks, by the way, so it locks open. It's got a oxygen tank wrench on it. It's got a little ruler. It's got a glass breaker down there on the bottom. The shears are like super heavy duty, reinforced. I cut through a penny with these to make sure they work. And they got a little ring cutter right there on the back. And they fold down, you know, super, super, super small. So they're easy to keep in something like this. I really like them. I think they retail for about $70 or something like that. But again, when you talk about medical gear and you're like, God, $70, people are like, oh my God, $70? And then they're like, oh, I gotta put an RMR on my new Zev Glock. I can't afford to buy medical shears. You know, and then I was that guy for a long time, so I can't talk too much shit. But hopefully this video gets some people away from that. Spend the money and get some gear. I got a Sharpie. It should probably be black. I don't know why I had a blue one, but it's what I had. Also note that you don't need a full-size Sharpie. This thing's fallen out a couple times, and I've been too lazy to go buy a small one. But this is good. I like having it in order to write the time on my tourniquet if necessary, or write down on somebody's forehead. You know, I put a tourniquet on them. I put Celox, you know, in the wound or whatever. Having a marker, I've used it probably more non-health related stuff. Just being like, oh crap, I have a pen. I'll pull out my marker and mark something. So, Celox Rapid is also in here. Z-Fold hemostatic gauze. Quick Clot has some too. That's good. It, you know, stops bleeding. Shove it in the wound and stop bleeding. Celox is good. Something like that. Here's just some compressed gauze that I had laying around. Some North American Rescue compressed gauze. Hyphen chest seals fit in here too. I hope I'm not screwing all this stuff up by wearing it so much. But yeah, I had two Hyphen chest seals in there. So yeah, if you can fit it, fit it. Oh crap! Now these aren't gonna go back together. Oh, I screwed it up. Ha! I think I fixed it. Okay. And of course, a little pair of gloves in there as well, so you can keep the blood off you. That's pretty much the whole medical kit. So yeah, I mean, get some medical gear, get some training. I need more training. I'm not gonna lie to you. Even in the last video, I said I needed more training. I've been trying to catch a medical class. They're all on Saturdays. I work almost every Saturday, it seems like, but I'm gonna get a medical class and get some more training. I recommend you guys do too. So yeah, that's pretty much the EDC. If I don't get too lazy, I'll link some stuff in the description or whatever. But if you got questions, let me know. Get some pepper spray. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.